Hello, everyone. This is Rick. This time of year is a beautiful time of year in which God's light of truth shines more starkly and more brightly throughout the Western world than at any other time during the year. And the reason for this is because God is able to turn every single work of Satan into his glory and his benefit. No matter what Satan does, to try to stop or hinder or postpone God's plan, God turns it around. Just as Satan used the cross, which was a symbol of blasphemy against the Roman Empire, symbol of the blasphemy of the religious and government, the symbol of cursing, God turned that around into a victory through Christ. And just as he did that, St. Patrick turned the shamrock in Ireland into a symbol of the Trinity to explain the salvation of Christ to the Irish people. Christmas is just like that. Just as Paul did in Athens when he took a statue in a temple and turned it around to explain to the Greeks the salvation of Christ. You see, God takes these things of the world and he turns them into his victory so that the people he calls will come to him and answer that call. Christmas is just like that. The Christians who went into these ancient people's cultures used the trappings of the religious and secular parts of their culture to explain Christ. And in doing so, those God had called had come to Christ and set a sturdy foundation in that culture to grow and develop and grow God's kingdom. But in today's day and age, we see that Christmas is probably being attacked more than any other holiday. Satan has done his best to secularize Christmas, to commercialize it in a way that is almost unrecognizable to a Christian who walks purely in the Spirit. Now, just like eating meat in Paul's day, where Paul says that those who eat meat knowing with the knowledge that it is not a sin and it is okay, are honoring and worshiping God just as purely with a clean conscience and a pure heart as those who refuse to eat meat because they feel it is a sin. They are not eating the meat for the same reason, to worship God in their heart with a clean conscience and a pure heart. And Christmas is the same way. There are those of us who won't worship or won't celebrate Christmas because we feel it is a pagan holiday. And there are those who do. Both do it out of clean conscience and a pure heart, and both do it for the honor and worship God. God has taken these trappings that Satan has tried to hinder and turned it into the unity, into the body of Christ. Both those who don't celebrate and those who do are united together with one common purpose: to worship God in their hearts with a clean conscience and a pure heart, just like those who didn't eat meat and those who do eat meat did. And it is doing nothing but strengthening God's kingdom and defeating the plan of Satan. So whatever side of this issue you're on, do so with a clean conscience and a pure heart. Do not criticize or look down upon anyone on the other side who either does or does not, because they are doing it with the same purpose. Jesus told the Samaritan woman at the well, the time will come when God will not be worshipped in a temple or on a mountain. It will be worshipped in the hearts of men. And as long as that is happening, it doesn't matter what trappings we use, what symbols we use, the heart is where it's at. And only our relationship with Christ will determine that. And only He can determine what heart we are worshiping Him with or worshiping the world with. Until next time, God bless.